Okay, today we are joined by the team from Aalto University, who emerged victorious in the CFA Research Challenge 2025, a local competition in Finland. Throughout this journey, you have conducted an in-depth analysis of ChemPower. You have compiled a comprehensive research report and then presented your findings to a panel of esteemed judges. It has surely been a demanding yet rewarding experience. Let's start by hearing your thoughts. How did you feel about this presentation phase, and what were the standout moments from today's event?
Great. Maybe a little bit nervous, but we practice well.
Yeah. And also, it was probably the most difficult one from the presentation was to keep it within the 10 minutes. So we had to cut a lot of substance that we would have otherwise liked to share with the judges.
Yeah, and it surely helped that we did the written report earlier, giving us throughout understanding of the firm. So we pretty much just transferred the facts from the written report to our presentation.
And if you wanted to get the highlights, probably the highlight was when that we realized from what the judges were saying that we were the winners when they mentioned a characteristic of our presentation that we recognized. So we were like, okay, yeah, it was us. So that was probably the highlight.
Fantastic. Well done. How did your industry mentor and faculty advisor support you throughout your analysis? Were there any specific insights or guidance that proved particularly valuable?
So we had a meeting with our industry mentor. We talked for roughly an hour regarding and he gave us a general direction in which to take the written report. From our faculty manager or faculty advisor, we basically didn't get any input on this, so we were kind of on our own on this.
But I would say that it wasn't because he didn't offer anything. It was just we didn't reach out. So we did it by ourselves. It was our decision and not his. So
yeah, but I would say the best insight was that to always keep the focus of proving our recommendation, keeping it in mind throughout the written report and presentation.
Yeah, that was the key point from our industry mentor.
That's well put. Now, looking back at this entire experience, how would you summarize what you've gained from it? What were some of the most significant lessons you took away from this challenge?
Well, it's kind of doing an equity analysis requires that you first analyze the market, then the competitive positioning, then about risks. So it was forming a whole picture of what is gonna happen or what can happen, and then adjusting the risk accordingly.
Now, if you had the chance to go through this process again, what aspects would you approach differently? Is there anything you would change to improve your experience or results?
I think, this is probably an obvious one, but to ease the stress from the last few days before the written report and before this, to start a bit earlier and maybe have less courses in school, as we always try to put school first and then put time for this. So maybe have less school stuff and then have more time. But I think we managed fine.
This ties into the next question, which is for students considering taking part in the next round, what advice would you give them? So what should they be prepared for, and why do you think this competition is worth participating in?
I would say probably the number one important thing is utilizing the whole team. For us, the teamwork was probably our best asset in this and resulted in the great or the good enough result. So that's my advice, to really use all strengths of your team members.
Yeah, and preferably have the 5 members of the team. So if there's enough work to do for 5, so maybe if you have only 4, and we were originally supposed to have only 4, so we are very thankful that we had 5 to get all the work done and yeah.
And what matters lastly, it's what's the output? Like if the input is high, then the output should be high, so that you don't have to burn yourself out because it doesn't like the output matters.
Yeah, and should someone participate in this? I would say it's a great chance to learn the basics and get hands-on experience doing throughout dive into company, do an equity research. It's a great chance.
Thank you. With the next stage being the Nordic sub-regional competition in a virtual format, how do you think this will impact your approach? What are your expectations for this upcoming phase?
I think we are trying to incorporate all the feedback we got just now and try to improve. Yeah, that's probably the most important thing, that improve on the feedback that we got and go forward really.
Thank you very much and congratulations again.
Yeah,
Thank you
very much.